Chris, have you ever used interactive map making tools?
I don't need maps. I know where stuff is.
Right.
Hey everybody, thank you for joining us. Press like and you could win something like Matthew Schmidt, right? Wow. He wins cool teacher stuff. And with this new Facebook rating system, we'll give you stuff for clicking the other ones too.
Yeah.
Love.
Yeah. No.
Angry.
Like.
Okay. So today we're going to talk about maps and tools that allow you to make interactive, interesting ones, right? And in today's extracurricular edition, we'll also talk about why maps might be used in the classroom. But that's not what we're here for. Let's talk about maps.
Yes.
So some really cool. What do you got for us?
It's all about maps today. All about maps. Well, the first tool that I really think about that comes to my little mind, which is very small, by the way.
Okay.
Is Google Maps. We're all very used to using it. It's my favorite standby because I'm so comfortable with Google tools. I mean, we all use Google Maps on our phones. Mm-hmm. We're able to look at street views, and we can plan how to drive to the location. We can plan a trip, and we can see the available route options and how long it will take us to get there. I know you've never really looked at maps much when you're traveling, but people do use maps. So I want to show everybody how I use Google Maps to create a sense of place and help create a sense of community in my online courses. It's really important to do this.
So they're checking it out on screen right now.
It's fairly straightforward. Here's how I do it. So you're probably looking at my Google form right now. Mm-hmm. I create a Google form and I ask students to fill in various fields. The results of this form provides me with the data I need to easily create a Google map. So I go to my Google Maps and I create a new map. I name the map and import the data from that results of that Google form I was just talking about. Are you following me here?
I'm with you.
And then I use the student's first name and last name as the text for each marker on the map. So I've created this map of all my students where they live. Then I make the map public, grab the embed code. It's magic. I put the map on my front page of my Moodle course site, and I think maybe they might be looking at the screenshot of that right now too. Yep. You can create any kind of map by adding information in a Google spreadsheet and import it to a Google map. So
that's really cool. So
try it.
So here, you just gave me an idea. So say, for example, you're teaching a history class, right? And we're talking about whatever we're talking about, immigration, right? And where are we from? As a class, where are our roots, right? We could create a Google form. They could list the locations of their great-great-grandparents. They could put it into, and we could just drop it into a map, and we could see the dispersion of our class.
Right. And don't forget, you can create layers on Google Maps. So you can create all different kinds of layers.
First generation, second generation, going back in time. Oh my gosh, that would be so cool.
Wouldn't that be fun? How about using it for a story too, like a novel that you're studying, and if it takes place in different geographic locations, and you could put the characters' names.
You could do that.
I'm going crazy now.
You could do that. You could do that really well. But there's also another tool that would make that a lot easier. It's actually called StoryMapJS. Okay. And it's a free tool that allows you to create mapped stories. Now, follow me here.
Okay.
It's a web-based tool, and you create basically slides that are matched to locations on your map. Each slide in the story can include images, video, and text, and some of those kind of things. So it's kind of almost a presentation plus a map, but you move along the map as part of the presentation. So it's really cool. So there are simple transitions between slides. It's really elegant looking. And so we're showing you one that I found right now on the Washington Post site that shows how the Islamic State is carving out a new country. And it's awesome. I mean, this map, interactive map, explains this in a way that, as far as the movements from this location taking over this city, in a way that is really hard to conceptualize, even for people who know about the area.
Right. That's what I feel like I'm missing a lot when I'm reading news stories, especially in newspapers, and they talk about locations and places.
Yeah.
But I don't know where they are half the time. So I really want a map.
So StoryMapJS is a great way to do this. It's already paired with your Google Drive, so projects are saved. Also, you can do some gigapixel stuff where you take a really large image and you can tag different elements in that like it were a map, but it's an image instead of a map, and put all sorts of depth in that. So
you could take like a picture, anything. You could put any kind of a picture on there.
I could take a picture. I could take a picture of my high school, and I could click on a building, and it would expand and open more details. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be an actual map image. You could map any image.
You're mapping something. And then what's the Snap Map?
Snap Map is another tool that allows you to create a quick story map. It places like 20 of your most recent geotagged Instagram images on a story map and lets you kind of tell your own personal story.
I think I would like to try that, especially if you were on vacation. Wouldn't that be kind of fun?
That would be really, really cool.
Taking these pictures and putting them in Instagram.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to talk about Google Tour Builder, and I just stumbled along on this as I was doing research for this particular
Barbara
show.
did all the research for this show, by the way.
Yes, I'm the research guru here. Anyhow, it's a tool. It's in beta.
Right.
And it's advertised as a Google Earth experiment, so you have to have Google Earth also installed on your computer. At first glimpse, though, it seems like it's a very exciting way to present stories. You can show it, you can see it, view it in 3D. You can zoom in and out of Google Earth.
Oh, so the Google Earth zooming tool, right?
It creates a really cool experience. So an important tip is you will need, this is really odd. You would think that Chrome browser would work perfectly with this tool, but you need to use another browser besides Chrome browser to see it in 3D, because I was trying to see the things in 3D, and
they'll fix that. They've got to fix that at some point.
I know.
Okay.
But it's fairly simple and straightforward to use. Because it's in beta, it's kind of quirky at times. You may need to reload your browser to get it to work. But it's really, really cool. So think of like creating timelines of events and places, and then you add images and information, and then you can watch it in 3D as your story unfolds, and it has these lines that connect it, and it zooms in and out of Google Earth.
That's really cool.
Let's say you wanted to do a story about, well, here we go. Google Tour Builder was originally built so veterans could record where they served, and they create a story or memorial for their families. And so you could create the places, you could write more about it, you can include images, you can include links.
That's cool.
And so it creates this wonderful tour. And since it's called tour, some musical groups use that to document their tours.
Yeah.
You know, we're going on tour, here's where we're going to be, and people can access it's Google Tour Builder.
And here's what happened, here's some images and video from
How about a tour of your life, where you were, like if your students were saying, here's where I was born, here's where I went.
Had a milkshake at this location.
Yeah, well, God, yours would take forever.
It would take forever.
Yeah, the milkshake part would.
All right, Haga. It's a tool that allows you to build multimedia place marks on your image, map or image, right?
Okay.
Same principle. You can use a map, or you can use like an
image,
like a gigabit image.
The Mona Lisa.
Right. So your completed Haga can be displayed in a variety of formats. You can do this slide-by-slide thing. They're looking at an example of it right now, and I think this is a really clever tool. I like the animations in it as well. It's very similar to some of these other ones.
Well, there is the Mona Lisa.
Right. This is the Mona Lisa, which is really, really cool. And this is, again, just another example. The whole point of this is that there are multiple tools that work, and Haga is just one of those tools.
That's just a strange name.
It is, but you'll notice Haga powered by Google, so they're in this Google family. Google has multiple, I guess, properties in this area, which is interesting.
Yeah. It's kind of scary. Google's taking over the world.
Yes. They triggered the bell. They heard us say they were taking over the world. All right. You guys have spent too much time. Thank you for joining us. Stick around after school. We'll talk about why you should use interactive maps in your classroom. And, of course, be sure to like, subscribe, or send something in. Donuts are good. I like donuts an awful lot.
Yeah, and pork rinds.
Oh, yeah. Those
pork rinds.
See you next time.
Bye.
Thank you.